Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. It is our training pod. We are talking today about personal growth and mindset because as you have read in the Bible, what you ask for, you shall receive. And I think too often we don't take that literally. The law of attraction is very much alive and real, just as the law of gravity is alive and real. You may not know about it. Maybe, somebody lives in a very far off country, has never heard of the law of gravity. But if they climb up a mountain and they start to roll or slide down the mountain, the law of gravity is going to work. They're going to go down, or they step off a cliff, they're going to go down. Doesn't matter if they know about it. It doesn't matter if they understand it. They could be completely uneducated. It still works. The law of attraction is no different. And unfortunately, too many of us are walking around blind and not paying attention to the thoughts we think, to the words we speak, and to the vibration that we're vibrating at. I was told by a mentor long ago, and I didn't understand it at first. It's been a life journey, and I'm still on that path learning. I am a student in this, as are you. But I was told that money vibrates at different levels. So where you are in your life, where you are in your finances, is a result of your vibration. It's a result of the thoughts that you've thought and the words that you've spoken. So vibration, if you are vibrating here, then there's a certain amount of money vibrating here. And if you would like to be making this much money, you can talk about it all day long, but if you're not vibrating at the same level, you can't get that amount of money. So think about it like a radio. If you want to listen to rock, but you turn on the radio and you tune it to a station and you get country, it doesn't matter how many times you say, I'm going to listen to rock music, or I am listening to rock music. If you're vibrating and getting the radio to vibrate at that frequency that is tuning to country music, you're going to get country music. So that being said, I don't care how you change your vibration, but if you want to be making the money here, you need to change your vibration. So we live in a world that is surrounded with amazing tools. When we started this journey years and decades ago, we were limited to books. This is one that my husband speaks about, Tongue by the Tongue. We've been talking about this book for decades, and we've been reading this book for decades. We've been reading books like Think and Grow Rich, and there's so many. My brain is just, if you could see my bookshelves, I have 4 bookshelves that are full of books, and they're all amazing. Think and Grow Rich. If you haven't read Think and Grow Rich, you must read Think and Grow Rich. Or back to the modern day, like I said, we started out with books being our only resource, but you today can literally go to the internet and there are hundreds of millions of hours of content that you can listen to, and most of it is free. So every day, use some moments and listen to free information that's going to teach you about vibration, that's going to teach you about positive thinking, positive speaking. It's not a rah-rah fest. This is based on reality, people. You are speaking your own reality, and if you're not happy where your reality is, you've got to change your thinking. You've got to change your speaking, and that will change your vibration. It's absolutely critical. And you'll start to change that and then realize that there is a gestation period. If you plant a seed, it doesn't grow overnight. If someone is getting pregnant, they're not going to have a baby the next day. There's a gestation period of growth. Same with this, which is a good thing, because I hear people joke all the time and call people names. You're such an elephant. You're such a hippo. You're eating like a pig. And I don't like things like that, but they obviously don't then turn into an animal. But it might change their thought process to where they start acting or thinking or eating more like that. So we just have to be careful, but there's that gestation period, so that if we say something we don't want, we have time to undo it, right? If you plant a seed and it turns out to be a weed seed, you have time to dig it up. You have time to get it out. But that being said, also, if you plant a good seed, you want to give it the time to grow. You want to give it the nourishment to grow. So if you speak something, it is going to happen if you're not blocking it. It might take a long time because you're blocking it. It might take a long time just because it needs time to gestate. But if you've asked for it and you've got the vibration right, it will happen. So what we think about, we become. What we talk about, we become. But if we talk about it as if we're always becoming, let's put it into active terms. We talk about, I am going to be an A16. You're always going to be in the process of becoming. You need to be, I am an A16, and every day people come to my business to help manifest this blessing in my life. Every day leaders are joining my team that are helping grow this and spread this to the world. You need to get as specific as you can and still be okay in your vibration. When it starts to feel like you're faking it, don't fake it till you make it, because if you fake it, you don't believe it and you're vibrating on a different level. Doesn't matter what's coming out of your mouth. If you're vibrating over here, you can say all day long, I'm making $10,000 a month. But if you don't believe it and you're not vibrating at it, you're not going to get there. So just saying it isn't enough. You have to believe it. And so if what you're wanting, you can't believe entirely, then you have to back it up a little bit. If you want to make $10,000, but you don't quite believe down at your deepest core level that you are worthy of that or capable of that, you need to bring it back a little bit. One of the things that I love is that you can feel abundant today, no matter what level of income you have, if you pull back from looking at the money side of abundance. If every time you look at your bank account, you feel this little ugh inside, and it's the lack that you're focusing on and it's not what you want, then you need to pull back and focus on something that you can feel abundant with. Walk outside. Do you know that every day you get sunshine and you don't have to pay for it? It's the most valuable form of energy on earth, and you don't have to pay a dime for it. Every day it comes to you, you are abundant. If you have grass or trees or birds, it's abundance that is given to you for free. I walked outside the other morning and the birds were singing, and the melody that was coming, there were mockingbirds, and I love mockingbirds. I don't know if you live where there are mockingbirds, but they pick up on other birds' sounds. And so out of one bird can come 50 different songs all in a row. And it's a beautiful thing to be a part of. Well, there were 3 mockingbirds that were all singing at each other. And I was in the middle of it, hearing this symphony, and I didn't have to pay a dime for it. I didn't have to drive to Phoenix and get tickets to the symphony or tickets to the opera. I was listening to this symphony of nature right around me, and I felt abundant. Stop and appreciate the abundance that is around you and get your vibration, that of appreciating and abundance. Appreciation is one of the highest vibrations that we can vibrate at. So if you ever catch yourself having a negative thought or a negative vibration, my challenge to myself when I catch that, because we're all human, we all are still learning. And I have those moments still, and I'll catch myself having a negative thought. I immediately try and stop and think of 5 things that I'm grateful for. And it pulls my vibration back up again, and I'm not being pulled down anymore. Just a caution. Somebody told me years ago that if you listen to the news all the time, it's been proven scientifically that it brings your vibration down. Well, look at the world we live in today. If you're listening to the news, where's your vibration going to be? Lack, worry, fear. Those are the opposite of gratitude and hope and love, which vibrate up here. So turn it off. You control it. Turn it off. Unlist yourself from the feeds that give you those feelings that take you where you don't want to go. Turn off the radio. Don't read the news. If something happens, somebody will tell you. I literally had a friend bring me a television and make me watch 9/11 when that happened, because I wasn't a news watcher and I hadn't even heard. And she brought me a TV and had me watch it for a few minutes, so I knew what was going on. If something happens, the world will tell you. It's okay. You don't need to know everything in between. But if you're vibrating and you're doing good and you're bringing good to the world, that is going to do more good than you trying to fight the bad. When we fight the bad, that which we focus on increases. So it's so important that we are on a path where we are promoting freedom rather than fighting slavery, that we are on a path of increasing people's finances rather than just focusing to get them out of debt. And I know that I sometimes say those other things and I'm working on it. It's a constant journey, even for people that know what they know. And I'm just a student like you. But every single day when I'm doing the things around my house that have to be done, those mundane, normal things that we have to do to survive, I always have an iPod in my ear or an earbud in my ear and something that I can be listening to positive. If I'm driving down the street, I very rarely listen to music because there's so many things that I want to put into my mind that are positive and uplifting. I'm listening to things like Abraham Hicks on vibration. I'm listening to Justin Rohn on goal setting. I'm listening to Tony Robbins on having a clear path. I'm listening to Brendan Burchard on making every day the very best day that it can be. I'm listening to books on tape. Did you know that you can actually listen to books? You can, and a lot of them are free. You can sign up for book programs where you can have access to books, or you can just go to YouTube. And a lot of them are now read on YouTube. So a lot of these books that we had to read and take the time to read, you'll see it when you believe it, Wayne Dyer. Not you'll believe it when you see it. You have to believe it first, and then you'll see it. It's that gestation, right? Okay, and hung by the tongue, the things that we say do matter. What you say when you talk to yourself. You can literally be listening to these things, whereas we had to sit down and read a book. If you don't have time to do that, you don't have to anymore. You can listen to so many of them for free. But are you choosing to do so? Are you choosing to take the time to make sure that the words that are coming out of your mouth are what you want to gestate in a few minutes or a few days or a few months? The other flip side of it is you can't always be in asking mode, because if you're always in asking mode, you're never in receiving mode. So that's why it's so important to spend time every day in that gratitude place, in that place of receiving. It's a different vibration. Asking is here, receiving is here. So where is it? Why don't I have it? Where are my leaders? Where are my leaders? Where are my leaders? Where are the people that I need to sign up? If we're constantly in that mode, we're repelling what could be happening. So make sure every day you're putting yourself into time where you're thankful for the people that are coming. You're so thankful for all the leaders that are joining your team. You're so thankful for the people that are running with this and that have the vision to see this and that are taking ownership of this business. The more we do that, the faster and easier it comes, because we're not fighting it. We don't have resistance. We're taking the resistance out. We're focusing on the positive. I could go on and on. This is one of the hardest ones that I've ever done. Usually I have a very clear-cut message that I want to share with you. This one, I literally have pages and pages and pages and pages of notes. My main thing is I want you to start down this journey. So we have a new leader that has joined the company. His name is Nick, and Nick Brown has put together a Facebook group where we're going to be putting a lot of content for this. We're calling it the Millionaire Mindset Academy. It was ASMA, so those of you that had joined that group, it will be changing over to the Millionaire Mindset Academy. We are taking this to a new level. We are going to be posting all sorts of things there, but don't limit your growth to one place. There are literally resources around you everywhere for good or bad. So choose very carefully what you let into your mind today and tomorrow and the next day. Are you choosing to let good in? Are you letting bad in, or things that are going to take you down a path that you don't necessarily grow from? Some things are just filler and time wasters. They're not really a positive or a negative. They're just kind of time wasters. We only have 24 hours in a day. My challenge to you is put good in so that good comes out, so that you're getting good results and you're feeling your well, because in order to grow to the top of this company, and I've heard it said of Christina Godoy, of Martine Lida, the people that have hit A16 already, as people talk to me that knew them when, they talk about how different they are now, how much they've grown. Well, does that surprise you? A16 vibrates up here. Could they stay where they were and hit it? No. You have to change to grow. And it's not that the company is going to brainwash you or you have to this or that. No, it's literally a law of the universe. If you want something here and you're vibrating here, you have to adjust your radio dial. You have to adjust your vibration. So hopefully this will just put your feet on the path. If you want more information, you can join the MMA Facebook group page. We will be posting a lot of this there, but this is just a wake up call for today. Make sure that you watch the things that you're thinking about, that you're putting in, but also that you're creating inside. If you have self doubt, you need to get out of that place because it's going to keep you stuck here. So read the books, follow the YouTubes, whatever you need to do to start to pull yourself out of that self-doubt. We don't have time to deal with all of that today. This is a life journey. I just simply wanted to put your feet on the path and get you started in the direction of, and I hope that this will take you into places that will change your life, bless your world, and make each day sunny and joyful as you move forward in this life. Thanks everybody for spending time with us today. This is a wrap.